in my view, the First Amendment
that
is
was,
there.
in your testimony to us is that that was only about political signs, that you did not take an active part in the anti-same-sex marriage ballot initiative.
I did not play a part in that ballot initiative, no.
I'm sorry, say
I
again?
did not take a part in that ballot initiative, no.
Even as a advocate? I mean, you weren't, when you say you did not take a part in it, what exactly does that mean?
I had no active role or participation in any campaign relating to that.
Did you say that gay marriage would affect our rights under the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and free exercise of religion?
Again, the position that I was taking there was that in the context of that ongoing political campaign, that there were thefts of political signs, and I expressed my disapproval of that. The political speech is central to the First Amendment.
But you also said that allowing gay marriage would affect our rights.
Welcome back to Right View Nation, the home of unapologetic patriotism, common sense, and truth-telling. Before we dive into this breakdown, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. We're not playing defense. We're charging forward with truth and fire. Let's shake the cage, folks. So let's talk about what just went down in this Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. And let me say this up front. We are witnessing a shameless witch hunt, another public political flogging disguised as oversight, and it's aimed at anyone who dares to be conservative, Christian, or constitutionally grounded. Mr. Dunlap was hauled into that committee room not to talk about his qualifications, not to talk about his experience, but to be interrogated like a criminal for thought crimes. That's right, not actions, not laws he broke, thoughts, beliefs, opinions.
Well, thank you, Chairman. Mr. Dunlap, it appears that you were active in Maine against a ballot initiative legalizing same-sex marriage. Is that true?
I believe you're referencing simply an op-ed that I published that expressed at the time my disagreement with the theft of political signs through that
If you were
process.
not active against that ballot initiative, why would you be engaged about political signs?
I lived in the area in which I observed that political signs were being stolen, and in my view, the First Amendment
That
is
was,
there.
in your testimony to us is that that was only about political signs, that you did not take an active part in the anti-same-sex marriage ballot initiative.
I did not play a part in that ballot initiative, no.
I'm sorry, say
I
again?
did not take a part in that ballot initiative, no.
Even as a advocate? I mean, you weren't, when you say you did not take a part in it, what exactly does that mean?
I had no active role or participation in any campaign relating to that.
Did you say that gay marriage would affect our rights under the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and free exercise of religion?
Again, the position that I was taking there was that in the context of that ongoing political campaign, that there were thefts of political signs, and I expressed my disapproval of that. The political speech is central to the First Amendment.
But you also said that allowing gay marriage would affect our rights under the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and free exercise of religion. So you at least took that public position, did you not?
I did.
Which is a little bit different than taking no public position. You also supported a Maine bill entitled An Act to Allow a Wrongful Death Cause of Action for the Death of an Unborn Child. Could that statute be applied to a woman seeking an abortion or to a doctor providing an abortion?
So that proposal would have brought Maine's law into line with that of all other New England states. It does not apply in the context of abortion. It would have given grieving parents the opportunity to recover for a tortious death as that was defined
But not
in the
one
statute.
provided, not one related to the woman obtaining medical care.
Again, that statute exists throughout New England except for the state of Maine, and it has not affected abortion rights in those states.
When you were in law school, you interned for a nonprofit whose purpose is to oppose women's reproductive rights and to oppose marriage equality and to oppose the right of LGBTQ couples to adopt children. Did you intern for that organization because you supported or shared those views?
I was a Blackstone Fellow. I participated in a program that offered training in First Amendment law, draws from a wide variety of law schools across the country, and offered the opportunity as well for an internship. I spent my internship that summer as a research assistant for Professor Garnett at the University of Notre Dame.
Do you have choices in what group you interned with?
I applied to that for that job.
You
yes.
applied for that job for that group that has as its purpose to oppose women's reproductive rights, to oppose marriage equality, and to oppose the right of LGBT couples to adopt children, correct?
I applied for the Blackstone Fellowship, which is run by ADF, which is a highly successful law firm.
And you chose to do that internship at ADF, correct? You weren't forced there, you weren't driven there, this was your choice to do that. You picked that internship and you picked that organization.
That's correct.
And yet you say that you had no view on the same-sex marriage question in Maine, even though you devoted yourself in law school to interning for an organization that opposes same-sex marriage.
I don't believe I ever testified that I did not have a view. I said I did not participate in the campaign.
Yeah, well, your version of participate seems a little squirrely to me when you're actually writing op-eds related to that question. I will leave it there because my time has expired, but I hope that we'll get real answers, Mr. Chairman, to our questions for the record. I've been told that Republican members are telling witnesses that they actually don't need to answer questions for the record. And we've seen sham answers to questions for the record. This committee is spiraling away from being the least bit responsible with respect to our oversight. And I would hate to think that QFRs no longer matter in the Judiciary Committee of the United States Senate. Thank you.
Welcome to the new liberal inquisition. This senator was practically salivating over the fact that Dunlap once wrote an op-ed defending the First Amendment. That's all. The guy saw political signs being stolen and had the gall, the audacity, to say, hey, this isn't right. People have a right to express political opinions without having their signs yanked off their lawns. And what does he get for that? An accusation of being anti-gay. Let's be clear here. Dunlap didn't say he led a campaign. He didn't fundraise. He didn't run ads. He wasn't a political operative. He simply had an opinion, a conservative one, and he's being crucified for it. And don't even get me started on this senator's obsession with the Blackstone Fellowship. This is a fellowship focused on constitutional law, religious freedom, and First Amendment rights. So what if it's run by a Christian legal organization? That's not a crime. That's America. Or at least it used to be. Here's the dirty little secret. The left doesn't care about tolerance. They only care about submission. You can be a Muslim, a Buddhist, an atheist, a Satanist, that's all cool. But God forbid you be a Christian who believes in the Bible and wants to protect life, religious liberty, and parental rights. That's when they throw you in front of the liberal media firing squad. Let's talk about the senator's tone. Smug, arrogant, sanctimonious. Talking down to a man who has lived with integrity simply because he dared to apply for an internship with a Christian legal group in law school. That's the new standard now. Thought policing people for where they worked 15 years ago. And let's be honest, this wasn't about gay marriage. This wasn't about women's rights. This wasn't about oversight. This was about one thing, ideological purity. They want to shame, blacklist, and destroy anyone who dares to think outside the leftist hive mind. Oh, and And did you catch the senator's parting shot? Complaining about Republicans supposedly telling witnesses not to answer questions for the record. Give me a break. These people stonewall congressional oversight when it comes to Hunter Biden's laptop, Chinese spy balloons, or illegal immigration, but suddenly want transparency when they're grilling a conservative for writing an op-ed? The hypocrisy is stunning. This is why good people don't run for office. This is why America is in trouble. Because the minute you raise your hand and say, "I believe in the Constitution," the swamp tries to drown you in woke outrage. But we're not backing down. We're not going to be silent. We're not going to apologize for believing in faith, family, and freedom. If you're sick of these witch hunts, if you're tired of the double standards, if you believe America needs to return to real values, then hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that like, share this video with your fellow patriots, and drop a comment below. Let's make some noise the swamp can't ignore. This is Right View Nation, and we're just getting started. God bless America.